Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday to you. Are y'all doing okay today? Doing okay? All right. So, if you will, good, Andrea. Hey, everybody, give me some shout outs. Put it in the chat. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. It is Thursday. It is Thursday, December the 10th.
What's this background you got going over, Miss Hargrave?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Y'all, I think y'all can do it too. Try it and see.
I want to do
Hey,
that. How? How'd you do
hey.
it?
Now I'm thinking. Let me see. Go to you should have like the three little dots, and it should say more options and change background. What good? You need to get in the half right, turn it on. So now I want to see everybody's faces. So I want everybody to change the background. No, change the background. Everybody change the background, put the face on here. I'm gonna give you quiz grade. I want everybody to do it. I want to see everybody's face. Come on.
My camera, you know how when you enter like the meeting, and
Yes.
it gives you an option to mute yourself and turn off the camera.
You turn your okay, but go back. You should be,
Yeah,
you should it
but
should let you.
I know, yes, but sorry, but the camera, it says something about reset some, I don't know, but it doesn't let me. I tried like resetting it, and it just still doesn't work.
Oh, I want to see your lovely face. Okay, maybe next time. Okay. All right, y'all change the backgrounds. Look at Joseph. Joseph, where you at? What city you in? Joseph in the, San Francisco somewhere. Adrian in the galaxy. Come on, y'all, change them background. Change those backgrounds. Hey, change those backgrounds. Hey, come on, y'all.
I can't think straight right now because I'm still honestly thinking about the days during the tests and stuff because I honestly don't know what to do.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're gonna be just fine. All right. So, guys, what we're going to do is let's go ahead and if you'll pull down your study guide, I'll put. I'm gonna do the attendance quiz. Go ahead and pull down your study guide number 3. Let's get that knocked out as much as possible. I need some volunteers because I talk so much during first period. I want y'all to talk during second period. So if you will, make sure that your microphones are muted. And I will be back with you in just a moment. Let me do this attendance quiz. Everybody get your study guides ready because we're getting ready to do it.
I don't see the attendance for today.
The attendance quiz is ready. I'll give y'all about 2 minutes. All right, you got 2 minutes. Make sure you have pulled down the study guide because we get ready to rock and roll, everybody. All right, we are getting ready to rock and roll and roll and rock. And we will probably have to have review session tomorrow. But you'll be okay. While y'all doing that, let me do my attendance for you lovely people. Make sure that you know we will have class Monday. Tuesday, I have to do testing, so I will prepare something special for you to do on Tuesday that you must complete in order to be counted present. And it will also count as a grade. So make sure you just don't check out because it's not checkout season yet. Okay?
Yes.
Right, all right. What I'm talking about.
I'm sorry, I had to come up on my bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Advancement? Oh, I can go first?
We ain't started yet. I'm checking the team.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I always like to do my paper. I like to do my paper check. Jamani, how are you doing? Juan, how are you doing? Y'all get Kenny, how are you doing? Y'all need to give me some shout outs. Y'all very quiet today. Marvin, you doing okay? Nathaniel, you doing okay? Neftali, are you doing okay? Charnel. Hey Damien, how are you? All right, all right. What's up, Kenny Ken? What's up, Kenny Ken?
Hang
Kenny
on,
Ken.
hang on. The study guide is acting up on me again. It keeps on like going in and then freezes up out of nowhere.
Oh, you better get it together. You better get it together right now. Right now, right now.
It's been happening like since yesterday. I couldn't write anything because it kept on freezing.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
I don't know. It just keeps on freezing and it won't let me type anything.
Okay, well, do your best. If not, you have time to catch up. So don't sweat it. I got you.
I was not here since I wasn't here since Monday and Tuesday.
Well, you better get caught up.
Hmm.
You weren't here Monday. You came Tuesday, I think.
No, I
Let me
didn't
see.
came out Tuesday.
Let me see. You didn't come Monday. You
I
didn't
didn't.
come Tuesday. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I have recorded, but you still got time. Okay. All right. Everybody should have been done with the attendance quiz. Just another reminder: if you have not done the work that you should have done, you have time to get that work done. So I don't want any excuses because I'm giving you time. You got time to work while you're out for Christmas. So you have time to get that work done. You need to stay in contact with me. Say, Miss Hargrave, I need to get this done. Something's locked. Can you unlock it? I'm trying. I'm in the process now of unlocking stuff. You need to get stuff done. I don't want to hear that I didn't take that test because you got time to take that test. You got time to get all your work done. So there are no excuses. I don't accept excuses. Okay. You have time to get everything else done. You can do Fortnite. You need to do Fort Education. Y'all understand me? All right. So make sure everybody pulls down their study guide number 3, and we are about to get started. So let's get the show on the road, and I need some volunteers. We are starting with number 68. And Adriana, will you start us off with number 68? Adriana, can you start us off with number 68? Joseph, go ahead and start us off with number 68, please.
Alrighty, of course it's me. Advancement up a career ladder mainly requires A, buying presents for the boss, B, additional education or training, C, being very sociable at work, or D, knowing all the answers. I'm going to say B.
B, additional education or training. That's right. If you want to move up the career ladder, you must know what it takes to move up, what additional education you need, what training, and you will have to go through the process. If you don't, you will stay dormant. Okay, so 68 is B, additional education or training is what you need to move up the career ladder. 69, Adriana, can you read 69? Thank you, Joseph. Adriana, you ready to read 69? William, read 69.
I'll read
Who
7.
is appropriate for a job applicant to list as a reference? Sibling, teacher, friend, or mother?
Mother. D.
What do y'all think? What is appropriate?
Oh, my bad. D.
Teacher?
B, teacher.
Oh,
You
D?
now there may be on there like some family references or whatever. I would go with a friend, maybe whoever your worship leader is, or if you have like a former boss, someone like that, then I would go to my friend. Okay. I probably would leave like the sibling or mother for contact, for emergency contacts, or if you have to have, they need to get one of those. But definitely start with the teacher for a reference. A references, and I have had a lot of students to come back to me because they need me as a reference. So that's why you need to stay in good with your teachers, act appropriately, or you'll need them one day. Okay, 70. Adriana, please read 70. Thank you, William. Thank you, Joseph. Adriana, 70, please.
Wait. I was trying to fix the tab again.
Which document helps one plan one's education, career, and life?
It's what you showcase. It's say, for instance,
Resume.
no, although no, your resume is going to tell about your education, your career. Your career portfolio is going to display all of these in one. So everybody, a career portfolio, I don't have one. I may need to have one. You can now create them. I think I'm on LinkedIn, so I should have kind of a career profile on LinkedIn. You can do it digitally, but I also like to have one that I can carry with me in a binder or sort. A career portfolio, okay? Everybody got a career portfolio? Can I get a volunteer for 71? Who will read 71? Melanie, can you read 71? Melanie, can you read 71?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What information must be listed on a job application? Children, date of birth, physical handicap, legal name. D.
D, your legal name on a job application. The number of children you have is none of their business. Date of birth, you may not necessarily have to put that, but more than likely that will be on the application. The date of birth will be on your physical handicaps. That has nothing to do with the application. They cannot hold if you have a disability of any sort. So your legal name, they must have your legal name to identify who you are. Thank you, Melanie. All right. Can I get a volunteer for 72?
Me.
Who else besides Adriana? Because I use you a lot, Adriana. Who else wanted to volunteer? 72. Who would like to volunteer? Can I get Natalie? Will you read 72?
All right.
When he said his mic still broke.
Okay, thank you.
Number 72. To avoid being nervous during a job interview, A, avoid eye contact with the interviewer. B, hold something in one hand. C, practice before the interview. Or D, give short answers. I think it's C.
Yes, I think, and I know that you are correct, Natalia. Thank you so much. You have a great voice, as all of you guys speak very well. So I have no doubt that if you have a job interview, that you would do great. Make sure that you don't avoid eye contact. Every so often, look at the interviewer. You don't have to stare at them, but every so often, make eye contact, and then you can look at something else. Don't hold anything in your hand because it seems fidgety. If you have a cell phone, it should be in your purse or in your pocket. Always make sure you can always give short answers, because a lot of times employers are wanting you to elaborate, meaning to make it a little bit lengthy. You have to get sometimes, like an essay. You don't want to talk for hours and hours, but you have to get your point across, and you can't say it in 3 to 5 words. Thank you, Natalie. 73. Marvin, will you read 73?
A resume as the job seeking process is that it
What does your resume do? If you have not created your resume, please create your resume. I sent out a template. What does a resume do? It doesn't take the place of an interview, because you're still going to have the interview. It doesn't show the employer specific attitudes. So what do you think it does? I left you with 2
D.
options. Say it again.
D. Organizes experiences and skills.
Yes, thank you, Adriana, and thank you, Marvin. Thank you both. A resume aids means help in organizing your experiences and skills. You put everything, you organize it by the date. You organize everything is there. You don't have to fidget around. Say, okay, when did I work here or whatever, okay? It organizes your experience and skills for people to view quickly, okay? 74, can I get a volunteer for 74?
I can.
All right.
Which response indicates that the job applicant being interviewed possesses problem-solving skills?
Problem-solving skills. You solve a problem. Which one of those represents a problem?
I developed a new inventory procedure to remedy concerns we were experiencing with the old system.
Yes, this one right here. Let me go over the other one. So problem solving is when you know that there is a problem and you do something about that problem. So A says, I only know how to prepare one type of cookie. Okay, that's not a problem. Maybe that cookie is what you specialize in. Maybe you bake something and you're going to be well known for that one type of cookie. That's not a problem. Okay, B says, I follow instructions, but I often can't finish my project because I can't find equipment or ingredients. Okay, that is a problem, but you haven't said how you're going to solve that problem. C says, I met with my coworkers to discuss complaints about the current schedule. Okay, maybe the schedule might be a problem, but you didn't say how you were going to solve that problem. D says that you developed a new inventory. So evidently, the old inventory procedure wasn't working. So you developed a new one because you had concerns with the old system. So the problem was the old system wasn't working. You solved it by creating a new one. So that was a problem-solving skill that you did right there. Bam. Okay. If you have a problem, then you need to make a solution or solve the problem. Okay. 75. Who would like to volunteer to read 75?
Me.
All right, me. What's me name?
Adriana.
Adriana. All right, Adriana, read 75, please.
A candidate with little work experience will need to focus attention on which section of the resume?
D.
Yeah, I was gonna say D.
Well, thank you. Thank you for I like the double team. You read
Kenny
it.
and Derek said D too.
So Kenny said thank you, Kenny, thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Adriana.
And
So if
Derek.
you and who?
Derek.
And Jerry, thank y'all guys so much. So if you have little work experience, you're going to focus on your skills, okay? Skills do not necessarily have to be anything that you have learned, that you went to college for, or you went to training school. Skills are often things that you are initially born with. You have skills, you have just skills that you know how to do, okay? A lot of people are just born with the talent. We're all born with the talent. So sometimes we don't have to go to school to perfect that. But there's nothing wrong with going to school to get that education, to get that paper, to say you have the additional training. So skills. Thank you so much. 76. I need a volunteer.
Adriana again.
All right, Adriana, go ahead and do it.
Networking is an important job skill because it
B. May lead to employment.
Okay, Adrian. Okay, Williams. He coming in on that one. Thank you both. May lead to employment. Networking. Networking is what you guys do now, but you're networking more with your friends. So you need to learn to start networking in, like in LinkedIn. That is a networking platform that business people use. I am on there. Networking is when you go to certain events. There is an event that I have not attended. Keep saying I'm going to attend. It's once a month for just for ladies in business. That you go, they have it where you go to different restaurants, but it's probably not going on right now. You go to different restaurants and there will be a speaker. So that's a good way for me to network with other people to let people know what I do. So remember to network with people who are like-minded, who are wanting to go, go, who are wanting to move to elevate themselves like you do. So you need to learn to network with people who have that mindset. If people who have a mindset they're never going to go anywhere, going to stay in the same place, you need to move on. You need to network with some new set of people, okay? All right, 77. 77. Can I get, let me see who I have on the board. Juan, would you read 77? Juan, will you read 77? Derek, can I get you to unmute and read 77? Derek, can I get you to unmute? Isaiah, can I get you to unmute?
Yes.
Okay, Andre. Go ahead, Andre, read 77, please. All right, come on, let's read.
Does not understand questions asked by an interviewer. She should A pretend she did not hear it. B ask him or her to clarify it. C give details that shows she thinks clearly. D explain why she would be right for the company.
It's B.
All right, it is B. Thank you, Andrea, and thank you, William. Thank you. It is B. Ask him to clarify. If someone does not understand a question that's asked by an interviewer, ask him to clarify. Say, would you elaborate? Could you clarify that? There's nothing wrong with it. It does not make you sound like you don't know what they're talking about, but maybe you're a little confused on what they want, because if you don't ask them to clarify and you try to answer the question, it's gonna make you sound kind of crazy if you answer the wrong thing. Okay. Okay, 78. William, can I have your nice voice to read 78?
Which response would indicate that the job applicant being interviewed possesses critical thinking skills? A. I make 3 types of sandwiches and beverages. B. I determine whether to order supplies based on an inventory sheet. C, I develop new products and processes based on analysis of data. And D, I stack shelves and keep items organized. And it's C.
It is C, because it says which response would indicate that the job applicant being interviewed possesses critical thinking skills. So critical thinking skills, if you know that there is an issue, there is a problem, or you need, so this one says I develop new products based on analysis of data. So they're looking at the data to see if they need to order new products, and they would base it off of how often is a product being bought. So if a product is bought often, it means you need to order more of that product. Okay. That is critical thinking skills. Critical thinking skills is when you're thinking about something, you're analyzing, meaning you're breaking it down, and then you're acting upon what your findings are. 79. Any money or equipment invested in running a business is referred to as. What do you call that when you put money or equipment into running a business? That's called capital. If you do not know, capital is what you put into a business. Capital is money or equipment that you invest into that business. You're going to get a tax write-off for investing in it, so that'll be a tax write-off. Make sure when any business that you start, it could be a lawn care business. I'm getting ready to start one, a lawn care business. That means that you need to invest. I'm going to start investing in equipment, weed eaters, lawnmowers, 360 lawnmowers, a trailer, a truck, workers. So they're not the equipment, but the workers are going to be the people that I'm going to hire. I might. I am going to start it probably in the next probably about 3 or 4 months, and I'm going to have a type that's going to run through the whole year. So okay, I'm gonna get some applications, and who's ever wanting to work, we're definitely gonna go with it. You got to make sure that when I hire you, you guys are going to work. You're gonna be professional. If you have to have contact with the clients, you're gonna be so professional. So I'm not playing. I'm serious about that. We will talk. Anybody's interested, just hit me up. Let me know. All right. Jemani, would you mind reading 80? Can I get you to read 80?
I knew you were gonna say it.
Yes, you can do it.
What is a characteristic? Huh?
Oh no, I said go ahead. You can do it.
Oh, what is a characteristic of an interpreter?
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
Or entrepreneur. B.
Yes. 80 is right. 80 is B. Has the personality to be self-employed, because when you are an entrepreneur, that means that you don't necessarily work for anyone, that you have started something new. You've gone out on your own. You're taking the risk. Has a personality to be self-employed. Okay, so entrepreneur, oftentimes they are self-employed. I am an entrepreneur, but I'm not. I am part-time self-employed, but I do work for someone else. I work for Lexington City Schools. Okay, so I am an entrepreneur, but I also do something else. So just know that you can be an entrepreneur, meaning you can work for yourself, but you can work for other people. Okay. All right. So just know that an entrepreneur is self-employed, has a personality. So when you're an entrepreneur, that you have to have a personality. All right. 81. Can I get Marvin again to read 81 for me? Marvin, can I get you to read again?
Yes, you can get me to read.
Okay, William, go ahead. I'll get with Marvin later. Go ahead, William.
On a resume, words such as achieve, calculated, examine, and generated are examples of action words. B, buzzwords. C, energy words. And D, resume generators. And the answer is action words. A.
Action words. Action words. These are all action words. Achieved, calculated, examined. They are all action words. So on a resume, you can use achieved, calculated, examined. These are all action words. Remember, on your resumes, you want to use action words. And I think if you have not, again, I stress it, if you have not created your resume, please get your resume done, because we are so working on those resumes. We are going to get those resumes finished, and I'm going to get them printed for you. So action words. All right. Can I get someone to volunteer to read 82? Adriana, where you at, Adriana? Adriana fell off. Naphtali, can I get you to read 82?
I'm sorry, did you say me?
Naphtali, is this Naphtali?
Yes.
Yes, will you read 82? Yes.
Okay. Um, an example of an appropriate interview question is A, what is your greatest strengths? B, do you have any disabilities? C, how old are you? Or D, do you have any children? I think it's A.
I think you are correct. I think you are correct. This is one of the questions a lot of interviewers would ask. What are your greatest strengths? So strengths are what you are you good at. Naphtali, can you give me 2 of your greatest strengths?
You said to give you 2 of my greatest strengths?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Uh, I'm really not sure.
What are you good at? What are you good at? What do you feel that you're good at?
Um, I'm not really, well, I don't know.
You're
I mean, I
good.
guess
You're
I can
good
be
at
good
a
at
lot.
a lot of things,
You're good at a
but
lot of things. So tell me, can you, if I assigned an assignment where you had to work on a team, can you work in a group setting?
yes,
Okay, so one of your greatest strengths would be that you are a team player. If I asked you to be the captain of a team, could you be that captain of a team?
yes,
Okay, so your things are, if anybody asks you for an interview, you say that I am a leader and I'm also a team player. Because when you are in whatever role, whatever career, you will oftentimes be on a team. So you're going to be a team player. But oftentimes you will be the leader. You'll be a leader. I feel that, and I don't know you as well, but I can tell that you can be a leader. I can tell that you can be a great team player. William, I think William will be a great leader. He's a great team player. All of you, I see that. You just have not tapped into it. You could also, my greatest strength could be that I am a people's person. When people ask me, that is one of my things. I am a people person. I am a leader. I am a team member. I am a go-getter. So anybody asks me about my greatest strengths is what I feel are great about me. It could be that I'm just respectful, I'm friendly, I'm hyper. Not we're hyper, but I would probably say with them I'm energetic. So everybody on here right now has some great strengths. You just need to tap into it. You need to find out what they are and be ready to answer them when somebody asks you. Thank you, Naphtali. 83.
I
Adriana,
got that one.
Adriana, you back with us?
Huh?
Is this Adriana?
Yep.
You quit falling off. When I call you, you better start answering. 83,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
You done missed by 5. 83.
Which is a disadvantage of
And look,
entrepreneurship?
turn your TV down. Guys, remember, turn your TV down, please, if you can. All right, roll on, baby.
Which is a disadvantage of entrepreneurship?
A disadvantage of entrepreneurship.
D.
Yep.
D. Thank you both, William and Adriana. Adriana and William. When you are an entrepreneur, sometimes your income will vary. Like I am a teacher, so I know what my check more than likely would be each month, unless I take some days or something like that. But when I'm an entrepreneur, when I work for myself as I do, if I don't work, more than likely I'm not gonna make any money that day. If I don't reach out to a client, more than likely I'm not gonna make any money that day. Oftentimes I do have people that contact me and say, hey, I need this. Can you get me this? Okay. But if I put an hour into my business or my businesses, then I will reap the rewards because then I will get sales or whatever. But when you're an entrepreneur, it's varying income because you don't know how much you're gonna make. Okay, so that's why if you're an entrepreneur, put time into your business or your businesses. Because if you don't put anything in, you're not going to get anything out. 84. 84 says which response would indicate that the job applicant being interviewed possesses technology resource information skills. Would it be A? All right, who said A? Who said it?
A.
Who Adriana, but who was the gentleman that said A? Somebody say A, who was it? Okay, maybe I'll say it later. I just wanted to give you a shout out, whoever said it. So it is going to be I research using periodical, book, electronic, and human resources. Okay. Roll to 85. Adriana, please read 85.
A cover letter is A, not necessary, B, a thank you letter, C, sent with a resume, D, a generic letter. I'll say D.
A cover letter is sent with a resume. A cover letter is sent with a resume. That is, a cover letter is describing, a cover letter usually is when you're sending a resume to a company, the resume would be to the person, you're addressing it to that person, their position, why you're interested in that job, why you think that you should be considered for that job. You would say that, I would very much like to be considered for an interview for this position because I have skills, I have the education and whatever. Okay. So that's what a cover letter kind of describes before they actually look at the resume. Okay. 86, which is an effective method to market oneself on the job. Is it to take on others' responsibilities, accept criticism sometimes, display a negative attitude, or demonstrate professionalism? What's an effective method to market oneself on the job?
Demonstrate professionalism.
That's right. There's taking on others' responsibility. That may show that you're helpful, but I wouldn't necessarily do that unless I was asked to, because then it's like you're covering up for somebody else. Accept criticism sometimes. There's nothing wrong with taking criticism. And it could be, it says sometimes, just accept it whenever. Display a negative attitude. Nope. If you display a negative attitude with me and you are one of my employers, you're not going to be working there very long because I do not have time for negativity. If you do not know Miss Hargrave right about now, she does not deal with negativity very well. If I come to you, if I get on to you about something, it's only because I care for you. So I don't want your negative attitude. If you come with me with a negative attitude, it won't be too good. Okay, so 87, a cover letter is known as what? A follow-up letter, a letter of application, resume, or a reference. So that would be a letter of application. It's also known as a letter of application. Somebody was getting ready to unmute and say, who was getting ready to talk?
Me.
All right, so thank you, Adriana and Andrea. Can I get someone to read 88?
I can.
All right, let's do it.
Which questions should a candidate expect to be asked during a job interview? A, are you married? B, what is your ethnic origin? C, what are your skills and abilities? D, how old are you? C.
C, what are your skills and abilities? Because the other things they should not be asking you. They really do not have a right to ask you that. Are you married? What is your ethnic origin? Nope, that's none of their business. All day, how old are you? That's none of their business. They shouldn't be asking that. And plus, if you put your date of birth, they should be able to calculate more than likely on the application. It tells what your ethnic origin is. What is your race or whatever. So they don't need to be asking, are you married? That may be on there, may not. They don't have to ask that. So they need to be concerned with what are your skills and abilities. Okay.
And honestly, it's kind of rude to ask those kind of questions.
It is. It's rude. And I think it's unlawful. So we need to look at that again because some of the things they have taken out. And I know that personally, myself, as going for an interview years ago, I went to a place they were hiring for an administrative assistant. Of course, I could do the job, no problem. but I was sure that I did not even get the interview because I could hear the I guess the hiring manager asking what race I was. So they didn't think I heard. I have very good hearing skills. So they didn't think I heard that. But it was okay. You know what? I don't want to be associated with a place that wants to know if I'm what race I am. That's none of their business. They're gonna see it when they see me. So that was rude, and I really could have done something about it. But I said I don't need to be dealing with a place like that. So you know what I did? I bounced. All right, 88, Marvin, and not 88, 89, Marvin. Can I get you to read, Marvin? Are you there? Marvin. Nathaniel. Nathaniel, will you read?
I can.
All right, go ahead. Thank you.
Which is a good question to ask a potential employer during a job interview? B. What services or product does the company offer?
It's B.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, don't ask what service or product does the company offer. Before you go into a job interview, do your research on that company. So you should know what services or products they offer. Don't ask them because that lets them know that you have not researched. I always do, even with McDonald's, we know that McDonald's sells the Big Mac, they sell the quarter pounder, but you also need to go back and refresh your memory on the limited food items that they offer. I think what is one of the foods they have recently brought back? It's just for a season, only for a limited time. Does anybody know McDonald's? And I have worked at McDonald's. I've worked at the one on Winston Road. I worked at McDonald's.
The McRib.
McRib. Thank you. Thank you, William. Did anybody else say that? The McRib. So you should do your research to know if they ask you what is some seasonal, and does anybody know? I bet you didn't know what was one food product they have not brought back. Don't know if they will bring it back that McDonald's sold. Does anybody know? And it wasn't a burger. McDonald's had dipped into the chicken business. So I have to look at it because
I didn't even know they did chicken at all.
they did. They had chicken. They actually had chicken, and I don't think it was bad either. But McDonald's did chicken. They did chicken for a while. That was one of the products they brought in. So don't ask them, but you should know. What is a good question to ask a potential employer during a job interview is, are there opportunities for advancement? Okay. I am going to tell you there is nothing wrong with whatever job position you apply for if you choose you want to stay at that level. But if you know that you're the type that wants to get in, you want to learn, get the experience, and you want to move on, you need to know if that job has the opportunity. Some jobs you're just going to stay at whatever level you went into. But are there opportunities for advancement? Some people don't leave those jobs to either A, they retire, or two, they die. I don't want that. I don't want to be waiting till you die, and I don't want to be waiting you out till you retire. I want to know that there are always job opportunities coming up, and that if I apply, I would at least be considered. Okay, so you have to know, what are you looking for? Are you looking to advance, or are you looking to stay at one level? There is nothing wrong if you want to stay at that level. That's you. But if you know that you're the type that's wanting to move up the ladder, if that place does not offer the opportunity, you need to find somewhere else to go. Or once you get in that one job, learning experience, move on. 90. One advantage of a sole proprietorship, that means proprietorship. That means that only one person, you're the only person that's working there. So one advantage is it A, the owner makes all decisions? Is it B, there's little financial risk to the owner? Is it C, startup costs are lower? Is it D, goodwill is already established in the community? So what's the advantage of being a sole proprietor?
A.
It is A, that you make all the decisions. That's an advantage. You don't have to rely on somebody else. But just know, when you are solely working by yourself, B, there's a lot of financial risk. Not a little, there's a lot. Startup costs are higher. Okay? So, And a sole proprietorship means that there may not be goodwill established. When you're going out on your own, you often have to establish yourself within the community. Let people know what you do. Okay? All right, 91. 91.
I can read it.
All righty, please read. Thank you.
During a job interview, a potential employee can demonstrate dependability by A. Showcasing multiple jobs, B. Highlighting continual service to a company or organization, C. Sharing a transcript listing 30 absences, D. Mentioning that he or she does not have reliable transportation.
D.
B.
All right, so 91 is B. So highlighting continuous service to a company or organization during a job interview, potential employees can demonstrate dependability by, okay, that is great. All right. Who was that? Was that Adriana? Was that William? Or who else was that in the background?
Andrea said it too.
Okay. 92. Let's roll on to 92.
And Alfonso.
And Alfonso, thank you, Alfonso. Wouldn't want to leave you out. Read 92, please.
Me.
Okay, me, please read.
A letter from a previous employer thanking an employee for working hard is an appropriate document to include in the portfolio to demonstrate.
D.
B.
B.
Now, listen, a letter.
No,
listen, a letter from a previous employer thanking an employee for working hard is an appropriate document to include in the portfolio to demonstrate what?
B.
C.
C. Work ethic.
Work ethic. Yeah.
Anytime that a former employee wants a letter thanking that employee for working hard, that is telling about your work ethic. You want people to know how you work. Just because you may have the education, just because I may have the education and worked a lot of different jobs, that doesn't mean that my work ethics are good. That doesn't mean that I'm a good worker, that I'm dependable, that I come in on time, that I often stay later because we're short of help, or I come in earlier. Okay, so work ethics are a lot. And guys, just because a lot of you right now are working in fast food, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I've worked at McDonald's, I've worked at Arby's, I've worked at Hardee's. I think that's probably my only 3 restaurants I worked at, I think. Just because you may be working in fast food doesn't mean that you should not have great work ethics. You should be dependable. You should be respectful. You should be energetic. You should be excited about your job. Even when you have customers that come in and say rude things, just know to keep working. Okay? I've had people to discriminate against me because of my color. So I've had all kinds of things. And you know what? I learned just to get on by that. So know to do your best work wherever you are. 93. Somebody read 93?
Me.
All right.
Private employment. How you say it? Miss Doris.
Say it again.
How you
Private
say it?
employment agencies.
A. Charge for their services. P. Are only in business to help people looking for professional jobs. C. Are only located in big cities and suburbs. D. Suburbs. D. Find jobs for 90% of persons seeking work.
Okay, so now private employment agent, anything that's private, that's going to be kind of upscale. So a private employment agency is not like our security commission exchange or where they or the unemployment office where we go to. These places, private employment agencies are what they are. They charge for their services. Like if I want to go, and I have been to those, if they find you a job, and you get they get a fee for that. So you don't really want to go to a private employment agency. If you can go to one that's offered to everybody, that's great, or go onto their website. But sometimes I guess dealing with private employment agencies, there is a plus. Oftentimes they will hook you up with the employer who pays very high wages, but still, you have to pay a fee. I would not go to those if I did not have to, because I don't want to pay a fee. Because if I'm looking for a job, that means I may not have a whole lot of money. All right, let's read 94.
I can.
All right, let's do it.
To find the most satisfying career, a person should A, wait for a good job to come along, B, expect to choose his or her parents' career, C, research career and educational information, D, keep trying to find different jobs. C.
And you are correct. Research career and educational information. Okay. All right, let's roll to 95. Who's going to read 95? All right, read, please.
Networking, employment indices, and classified ads can be sources of A, resumes, B, work permits, C, job leads, D, school to work programs.
Networking, employment agencies, and classified ads can be sources of what?
Work permits?
Say it again.
Work permits?
Job leads. All of these are heading towards job. You go to an employment agency for a job. Classified ads is when you look in the newspaper or online under jobs or employment. Those you're looking for to find jobs. Those are called job leads. Those are networking also. This helps you to find jobs. Okay? All right. 96.
Okay.
Read 96.
Who?
Somebody read 96.
Me?
Okay, go ahead and read, Andrea.
Which should not be included as part of a follow-up letter. A statement of appreciation for the employer's time and consideration. B, request for another interview. C, statement of continued interest in position. D, contact information.
So it should not be included as a part of a follow-up letter.
Request for another interview.
That's right. What do you do with the follow-up letter? A follow-up letter should say, "Hi, my name is such and such. I interviewed for the position on whatever date. I am just checking in to see how the process is going." Something like that. But do not request another interview. If they are interested, they will contact you. Don't sound like you are needy. Do not. Even though you really, really want that job, don't make them sound like that. Let them just go over a couple of your skills to let them know that you are qualified. To make them say, "Hey, I gotta have this person," but do not ask them for another interview. 97. Can we do 97, please?
I can.
All right.
The main sections of a cover letter of application are A, address, introduction. Well, I'm not about to say address, introduction, midsection, and summary, solution, introduction, body, and conclusion, job title, pay requirements, signature, and references, introduction, conclusion, signature, and contract information.
So what should go on a cover letter? And you may not know this. What should go on a cover letter? Salutation is how you end. It is kind of like sincerely, thank you. So introduction is your introduction, your body, and your conclusion. So B, your salutation, the introduction, and the body and conclusion. So that should go with a cover letter of application. Let's roll to 98. Someone read 98.
Me.
All righty.
What is the public government employment and how you say it? And how you say that?
Agency.
Employment agency.
Agency in North Carolina. A, Department of Social Services. B, Employment Security Commission. C, Unemployment Office. D, Personnel Office.
So what is the public government employment agency in North Carolina? You may not know it, and I think I have I mentioned it before. That would be the Employment Security Commission. We have one. It's actually located right there by, we call it the barbecue center. We call it the Honey Month. How many of you know about the Honey Month? It's down below the Honey Month. The Employment Security Commission, that is where you can go. But now because of COVID and because even before COVID, you should be able to do a lot of it online, where we used to have to go there and look on their computers to find jobs. You should be able to go online now and be able to find jobs and to do your unemployment. So 98 is Employment Security Commissions, the ESC. All right, let's roll down to 99. We're going to do 99 and 100, and we are going to stop and have a quick message. 99. After an interview, a follow-up letter should be sent to the president of the company, organization, the person who supplied the job lead, the head of the human resource department, the people who hire, or the person who conducted the interview.
The person who conducted the interview.
Yeah, so you need, because the person who conducted the interview would know you. Maybe the head of the human resources has no idea who you are. The president of the company or organization definitely does not. So now we're talking about that cover letter again, and we're going to do some things and show you some examples of the cover letter. A cover letter is used to highlight information on the job application, schedule an interview, highlight information in the company resume, or to find out more about the employee. What is a cover letter? What is the purpose of a cover letter? It's to highlight information on the company, meaning the attached resume. Does everybody have that? Does everybody have this? Anybody need me to go over anything right now?
No.
No, ma'am.
All right, now I'm going to stop this because I got a little message. So that means we stopped off on 100. And we have to go to 117. So I want everybody to, I will send out you an invite in a little bit. I'll send you out an invite via email. Check out your email. We will do class from 9 to 10. It may not take that long, 9 to 10 tomorrow. And it will count as a test grade. Who is coming? Who is coming? Raise your hand. Everybody give us a raise your hands.
You bet I will join.
All right, raise your hand, raise your hand. Throw your hands up, throw your hands up. Hey, throw your hands up.
And that's
all right, Natalie. All right, I got y'all.
That's because I want to get my attendance fixed.
Say it again, Joseph.
I still need to try to get my attendance fixed. So
I think what's going to happen with that, it rolls off at a certain time. Okay. I think it rolls off. It's not going to roll off right now. It may not do it to the end of the semester, but I am checking on it. Okay. So I will send y'all guys an invite out today. And we will have class tomorrow from 9 to 10. It probably will not last that long. You will get a test grade for coming. If you need any assignments unlocked, please let me know. It is your responsibility to get your grades up. You have time to get all that work in. We're going to let you work through Christmas. Okay? So get that work in. Email me, remind me, say, Ms. Hargrave, I'm trying to do this. If you need to take tests, get the test done. Okay? Get your study guides in. It is time now to work, to make up, to get your work done. Okay, everybody? We will have class tomorrow from 9 to 10. I will talk with y'all later. Bye, y'all.
See you tomorrow.
All right,
Have a
bye
good
bye.
night.
Take care, Teach.
All right, bye bye, y'all.
You said class tomorrow.
Yep, 9 to 10. It may not last that long because we're gonna finish doing review. It will count as a test grade. You need to come anyway. You know better. Nothing. Okay, don't show up. Don't show up. Okay.
I gotta come in anyways.